Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SparkofVintage. My name is Cindy, and I am the owner and head treasure hunter, and we are glad that you're here with us today for the February 2026 unboxing of Sonnet's Garden Blooms Maker's Box. Well, we have lots of beautiful items to create with this month, including the painted photographer's rice papers in Balanced Beginnings and Early Snowdrop. In addition, we have this lovely napkin that Sonnet always puts something a little extra in the boxes for us. We have Roycycled Decoupage Paper in weathered farmhouse planks and garden on the scales. And our paints this month is Sweet Pickins Milk Paint in mercantile, as well as Fusion Mineral Paint in coral and chocolate, and DIY's cake batter and skeleton key. So thanks for joining us, and let's get started. I love creating with napkins, and I've been doing it for quite a while, but napkins can be very fragile. One trick that I learned is that you have to make sure you take all three plies of the napkin apart. And the easiest way to do that, I found, is to use two-sided Scotch tape on your fingertips. This watering can had already been in my stash for over a year. I started it as a project last year, never finished it. So it already had the green goddess paint on it, and all it needed was that little touch. And I thought the napkin would make a perfect little two-sided decoupage for this piece. I applied the napkin kind of wrinkly because I wanted it to really look like it was old and aged. And it was an easy application. I put my Fusion mineral paint on first and let that dry, and then applied my napkin, only because the napkin would have been too delicate to take any collage medium directly. Once I got the napkin on, I squeezed it around just a little bit, texturized it with my fingertips, and it was ready to go for the project. This Farmhouse crock is one that I keep in my own stash to store my rolling pins and all my vintage tools, and sometimes my florals. So I knew I was going to keep this one for my space, and when I saw Roycycled's Garden on the Scales decoupage paper, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I wanted to make something for my creative space. I also used the transfers from IOD Botanica. I realized that there were actually matching roses and florals in there that match the flowers that were on the scale on Royce's paper, and I knew it would be a terrific match. I put Snowdrop from DIY Fusion on the crock itself directly, 2 coats, and then I just applied the decoupage paper with collage medium and sealed it with a heavy satin varnish. And I'm very, very happy with the results and cannot wait to get it into my creative space. This beautiful bucket already had a lovely brass patina to it, but I wanted to add something to it to give it a little more of a spring elevation. I had never used the skeleton key color from DIY chalk paint, and it went on fantastically on the bucket. And I think it's now one of my favorite colors. I love the grayish undertone with that blue. I did use some of the Botanica transfers on this project as well from IOD. I found some beautiful roses and wanted a different set of roses on each little third point of the bucket. I used the vintage gold metallic wax from Prima Finnabar and used that to just highlight the feet a little bit. I wanted to keep all of that beautiful brass color and just maybe elevate it a little bit for the final project. And all in all, I think it is a lovely piece. I sealed it with heavy varnish, and so it should work inside or outside, whether I'm using live plants or silks. You can subscribe to your own maker's box at sonnetsgardenblooms.com. This little wood rabbit was in my stash from the bins, so I decided to paint it with the chocolate fusion mineral paint that came in our box and add a couple of drops of the snowdrop white from a previous box to get a different color. My accessories with the piece, the little carrot here and the pair of glasses that you'll see in a moment, came from my dear friend Cindy at C&C DIY Factory. She does amazing wood cutout pieces and you should check her out. I'll put her link in my comments below. I drew the bunny's face using enamel accents from Ranger. It's a faux enamel liquid that gives you a very high gloss and solid finish when it dries. And you can see the little pair of glasses there that also came from C&C DIY Factory. I got the cutest cottontail transfer from the Prima Marketing bunny rabbit transfers that you'll see in just a moment. And I attached the carrot to the bunny rabbit using Finnabar's heavy body gel. Well, as we all know, IOD came out with the most adorable bunny rabbit mold this spring. And I knew I had to make some project for it for Sonnet's box this month. I poured the bunny rabbit mold using black resin just to see if I could get a deeper color on that chocolate bunny. I did paint the bunny using the chocolate fusion mineral paint of that deep chocolate brown. Now, what I decided to do was create like a little card holder or a little sentiment or maybe even a napkin holder for the Easter table. I found this wood piece at my local thrift store. It looked like a souvenir piece from the Bahamas. I painted it with the yellow cake batter color that we got in our box this month, and then decided to just wax the bunny with that vintage gold wax, put a little bit of the pink metallic wax in his ears, and attach him to that souvenir piece after I applied a transfer from Prima Marketing with some daisies so that it looked like our little bunny rabbit was sitting in the field. And I think he made a really cute tabletop piece, whether you want to use him as a napkin holder. I put some Easter cards in there and decided I'm going to do him just for a little tabletop vignette. For my Gray Expectations project, I used both wood eggs and paper mache eggs that I painted with all of my different fusion colors from different boxes, as well as the coral and chocolate that we received in our box this month. Prima Marketing came out this year with some adorable smaller size transfers that could be used for our Easter eggs. So I went through my collection as well as some of my transfers from last year and some of my florals that are kind of all seasonal and applied them to all the different color eggs. And I'm so excited with how they came out. They have so much personality and they really look great when you group them together in this beautiful vintage Easter egg holder that I got from Whatnot. When I saw Roycycled weathered Farmhouse planks decoupage paper, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it because I had these wooden eggs in my stash that I got at the Goodwill bins. They're not really expensive, thick quality wood, but I wanted to give them that richness and that depth that the paper had. And then what I did was apply just various layers of transfers from Prima Marketing. Prima came out with 3 different Easter collections this year. And of course, I had to get all 3 of them. So I decided to make some adorable bunny rabbit scenarios on these adorable eggs. The decoupage paper was the perfect background to give a piece that was kind of thin and a little lightweight, some depth and a little bit of heft in the background. I just applied the transfers layer by layer usually putting the bunny rabbits down first and then applying a transfer of the floral fields or the trees. But I just tried to create some depth with all of the different layers of transfers. You just have to go very careful and rub very gently so that you don't take your original layer of transfers off of your piece. But all in all, the decoupage paper was a wonderful foundation for the transfers, and I'm so happy with the final results on both pieces. And that is a wrap for the February 2026 Sonnet's Garden Blooms Makers Box. Thank you so very, very much for joining me today as I shared my projects. Give me an idea down in the chat. Which one might be your favorite? I think I have a couple of my own. I'm so glad that you were with us, and thank you again for being here. And we look forward to seeing you again next week on Spark of Vintage.